everyone! Welcome back to a new vibrant acrylic painting video. If you are new to my channel, my name is Ria and you can find my introduction video through the link in the box below. For this painting session, I have something special in my mind. In my last videos, I drew my inspiration from pictures and moments I captured during my journeys. This time, my inspiration comes from another angle, so stay tuned in order to discover more. The chosen topic is Hawaii, and my picture is called Hawaiian Flair, so have fun! In the following seconds, you are going to see the materials I am using for my picture. As usual, a plastic sheet, painter's tape, further, brushes of different sizes in order to create different effects, and different acrylic colors. This time I made a passepartout thicker in the lower half of the paper, you will see later why. As usual, I show you my self-made color palette, which gives me a quick overview of the different acrylic colors I own. Throughout this video, I'm going to share with you my experiences on my artistic journey so far and my observations and challenges while painting this picture. So make sure to stay tuned for the entire recording. So here we go! You might already know that I love using the blending technique to create the sky. I tend to mention this in my videos. After the blending process, I noticed that the sky needed some more coloring, so I added some more color and blended in again. Acrylic paint dries much quicker than oil paint, but you don't have to rush yourself if you are using acrylic paint for your art. So, a few words about my artistic journey so far. Mostly, the painting techniques I apply I learned from videos, articles, books, and from practicing. Painting is much about experimentation and discovery. It is a process during which you can learn much about the materials you are using, and you learn how to work with color shades. Just pay attention how the color blue behaves if you mix it with a touch of white or black. So, why am I talking specifically about the color blue? Because this time it was a bit tricky for me to paint the ocean. So I needed a few tries to get it done the way I wanted to have it. Also, I applied different shades of blue to paint the mountains. You surely remember from your art classes at school or perhaps from my video Mexican Ambience. Objects lying nearby are usually darker than objects in the distance. Just behold the mountains in the background and you will see what I mean. So I really like the contrast between the sky and the mountains. It has a little bit of a dramatic effect. What do you think? As to my struggle with the ocean, finally I painted the ocean with a thick paintbrush, so the colors of the water became a bit more even and less disorganized. So this is a starting point I can finally work with. If you have seen my former videos, you will discover that this picture is painted in a slightly different style than the others. But see for yourselves. I included the link to my pictures in the box below. Well, this orange gave me a bit of a hard time while trying to brighten it up. The same goes for the yellow. Perhaps I really should take my own advice to use color economically. For instance, if I want to brighten up a very intense color with white paint. Interesting technique I saw in painting videos is using a sponge in order to create clouds. Just like this. I tried it out and I liked the end result. Best thing is to let the sky dry first and apply the white color for the clouds afterwards. Otherwise, the white color blends into the yellows, oranges and magentas of the sky. So, as promised, I will reveal now the source of my inspiration and the backgrounds. As you might know, the source of my inspiration are mostly my own journeys to beautiful places and the moments I capture there. This time it was a bit different. However, I surely do wish to visit Hawaii one day. It is definitely on my list. This summer I redesigned our balcony. It was quite a challenging job. Since Vienna, the city where we live, is far away from any sea or ocean, we wanted a little bit of an exotic vibe in our home. Therefore, we chose the topic Hawaii for the renovation. At the same time, I seized the opportunity to paint this picture. The inspiration came indeed from a picture of Honolulu I found on the internet. If you have been there before, you will discover that the painting is not entirely authentic. See, on the original picture, skyscrapers are scattered all over the coast. For my picture, however, I decided to focus on the beautiful nature. Also, the picture turned more vibrant and colorful than the original one. But actually, this way I like it more. An important reminder at this point. I have already mentioned this in my Mexican ambience video that you can access by clicking on the link below if you are interested. Acrylic paint gets darker as soon as it dries, so try to take that into account while planning your concept. So, if you end up with a sky or a sandy beach that is too dark, you can still paint over it with a lighter color. Here I am mixing different shades of green in order to create a more natural look for the bushes and trees on the shore. Oh hi, it's changing the subscribe pineapple again, just surfing along. Oh, and you have a message for us? Stay in the flow. Do you have a magical foresight, Jinjin? We are getting to the stay in the flow stuff later. Don't be so hasty, we are coming to that. Clouds, I deemed it necessary to contour them, by this giving them more accent. more natural look if you paint it with different color shades layered over each other, such as brown, beige, ochre. Just try and experiment yourself. Small secret now. This picture was one of my first acrylic paintings when I started making videos. You might notice it on the camera settings. So I was a bit unexperienced and uncertain. Uncertain how to handle the camera and how to record, and uncertain how to create the waves of the ocean, for instance. But I ended up really enjoying it. Painting the sunlight dancing on the surface of the water came, unlike mixing the right color tone for the ocean, quite naturally and instinctively. Since I had no plastic palette back then, I was using, like other artists in their videos, paper plates for mixing the colors. They are at a reasonable price, and many of us have them in store at home in our households. However, they absorb the paint more than a plastic surface, so I switched later to the plastic palette. Of course, if you are satisfied with your paper plates for mixing paint on them, just keep on using them. So here you can see me using my phone as a flashlight. The details on the paper turn sharper suddenly. In my videos, I was often confronted with the problem that the camera settings and the quality of the recording was not as I have imagined. As I was recording these videos with my smartphone, I was convinced that I wasn't able to produce sharp images because of my phone's allegedly poor quality. I was quite mistaken. So I watched many videos in order to find a good camera of high quality that would surely produce better shots. However, many videos just pointed out that in the beginning you don't necessarily need a professional camera, that your smartphone will suffice, since most phones are already of a high quality. Instead, you should pay attention to the right lighting equipment, which is of crucial importance. Of course, you can purchase at some point a camera of high quality, but initially, focusing on the right light circumstances will provide you with nice shots. In the meantime, I purchased a regular LED ring light with tripod, which already helps a lot and which I will use in my next acrylic painting video. I will talk more about the topic of light circumstances and lighting in my next video. Something essential I learned on my artistic journey is that painting is much about capturing a motive, a moment, analyzing it, and implementing your observations, which can be hard at times and may not always turn out the way you wanted. Nevertheless, be brave and just keep going. Just grab that brush and do it. In many cases, you will just need some patience. At times you might feel less motivation because you got stuck at some point of your artwork and you don't know how to go on. In such cases, have a break, go for a walk, or postpone it to the next day when you look on your picture with a fresh pair of eyes. Or maybe you just need a break from this one particular picture. Then paint something else, even if it is just a small drawing, an easy sketch. This way you will stay in the flow. I think this is what Ginge in the subscribe pineapple meant in his message earlier. Even if you postpone, try not to procrastinate. Try to clarify for yourself what your goal is and get yourself some more inspiration. I am not talking about forcing yourself to do something you don't want to. I am just encouraging you to keep going and hold on to your path if you have the feeling that art and painting belong to your path. Since many of us have surely been there before, I am talking out of experience. Finally removed the painter's tape, and now to the reason why I made the passepartout thicker this time. This painting is meant to be a poster with an inscription. So I meticulously cut the painter's tape into shape in order to form letters. I can tell you it took quite some time, but it was worth it seeing the end result. Seeing the outcome, I liked this project very much, so most probably I will do some more posters in the future. So stay tuned! I paint the picture with varnish in order to protect the colors. By now, I use rubber gloves for that purpose, but as I said formerly, this was my first recording back then and I had no idea how sticky varnish can be. So, let's wait until the varnish is dry and we're done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for stopping by and feel free to subscribe, to share, to press the like button and to leave a comment. Take care and see you next time. Bye!